Kugler, who's the director of Black Panther. He was here. We were here sort of as a celebration and uplifting. And today's visit, what happened is I met so many people at that event that said, Hill, we're having a lot of people come through the city. They come and do their photo ops. They'll maybe, drop off a little water or do something, and then we never hear from him again. We never see him again. And I was not going to be that person. And I've stayed in constant touch with a number of people here, a number of stakeholders here in the city, and they said, Hill, this is the time to come back because there's a rush amongst the state government to close out the class action, to close out the class for this lawsuit and the class action suit, and too few people have signed up. A lot of people don't understand what their rights are. A lot of people don't know, if they're even eligible to sign up. There's over 100,000 people that are eligible to sign up, but around 15,000, only 15% at this point have signed into the suit.
So let's get into some of that. You have this town hall that's happening at 2 o'clock today.
Yes. There's going to be food.
There's going to
If you go to church, come on by after church and get some food.
You will be able to, people are hungry after church.
They're hangry. They're hangry.
That is more accurate. So talk about what they can expect to receive here, more information about this.
This afternoon is specifically geared to talking about the legal issues and knowing your rights around the lawsuit, because the simple reality is once the judge decides to close off the class, if you have not actually signed into this suit, you can be precluded in the future.
When is that deadline?
Well, it's not set yet. The judge can choose. Now, there's a lot of pressure being put on her at this point to close it out, right? Because a lot of politicians feel that they know that there was wrongdoing, and the quicker that they can get this closed out, and particularly with the numbers right now, and this is why it's so critical, and I want people to understand. Number one, you don't have to have lived in Flint. If you've done business here, if you own a business, if you own property, if you go to church here, if you spent time here, you could have been affected. You could be party to this lawsuit. And it's important. And the reason why the numbers are important, and I want everybody to understand this, is that within settlement discussions, there's going to be discussions about what type of support services the state is going to have to fund in the city. Right? Educational support service for the 6,000 to 12,000 kids that have been affected. We know the effects on children when it comes to lead issues have attention deficit issues. We know that there are IQ impacts. These kids are going to need support as they grow up. We don't know what they're going to be like as adults. So all these things get baked into this discussion around settlement, and unless you have a robust number of people involved in the class, those numbers start to get depressed.
So definitely lots of long-term effects, some that we won't even know at this point.
Right.
Talk a little bit briefly about who's going to be there with you.
Okay. So you're going to have attorneys there to really explain all the legalities of it. I have a Harvard Law School degree, but I'm not licensed in the state of Michigan to practice law in this state. So there are going to be folks who are, there are going to be folks who can explain. We're going to have, I'm not a huge fan of giving a microphone to politicians because sometimes they talk way too long, but this is not the case because Councilman Eric Mays, who's a superstar here, he's going to be on the mic, and I'll cut him off if he talks way too long. And
he's been to some of our council meetings.
Okay, well, listen, and no, I'm going to be moderating the discussion, and what we want to have is a real transparent discussion because there's a lot of misinformation that floats around. All joking aside, a lot of misinformation, a lot of people are afraid. A lot of people don't know. Here, let me just give you one example. There was an individual who told me, Hill, I can't become a party to the lawsuit because I have a felony on my record. That's absolutely not true.
Right.
Absolutely not true. If you've been involved in the criminal justice system, if you believe that in any way you have a relationship to law enforcement, if you're on probation, none of that impacts signing up for this lawsuit. That's just one example. We want to break through some of the myths, so we encourage people to come, listen, and even if you're just hungry, come and get some information.
Get a plate.
Exactly.
You can come and eat. All right. Well, we've run out of time. We didn't even get to talk about the Good Doctor.
The #1 news show on television.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's on your network.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I'm being told by a little birdie in my ear we might have a couple of minutes. So can you stick around for just a couple of minutes?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.